Okay, calculators, the fourth category for the second math meet is polynomials. Hopefully you've covered enough Algebra 2 to be able to handle the more difficult polynomial questions, but the three-pointer is going to involve elementary polynomial operations of addition, subtraction, or multiplication. Could be finding the zeros of a quadratic, so you could use the quadratic formula or factoring possibly, or finding the zeros of a cubic that has a common variable factor. I have selected 4 problems to do for this video. Find the product of 4x minus 9 and 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. So it's just a straightforward binomial times a trinomial. 4x times 3x is 12x squared, x cubed. 4x times minus 5x is a minus 20x squared. 4x times 2 is 8x. And then I move on to the negative 9 times each of these. Negative 9 times 3 is negative 27x squared. Negative 9 times negative 5 is positive 45x. And negative 9 times positive 2 is a negative 18. And then I combine like terms. That's why I set them up the way I did. Final answer, 12x cubed minus 47x squared plus 53x minus 18. Okay. Another three-pointer from another year, which is quite a bit more difficult. Maybe I won't do this one. You're going to have to take the 4x squared times each of these parts, and then the negative x times each of these parts, and then the 3 times each of these parts. And in the end, after doing the 3 times the trinomial here times the trinomial here, you'll end up with 9 terms. But those 9 terms, when you combine like terms, will come out to, I've already done this, but I'm not going to show the work. 24. You do it just like you did the previous problem. It's just, there's a lot of, I'm surprised this is a 3-point question because there was so many. I mean, there's 9 terms you're going to end up having. 14x cubed. I guess I could have told you to pause, and you could have figured it out yourself and then see if you matched the right answer. 5x squared. 17x minus 6. But the question is, find the value of a plus b plus c plus d plus c. So you got to go 24 plus 14 is 38. 38 and 5 is 43. 43 and 17 is 60. 60 minus 6 is 54. Did I do that right? 24 and 14 is 38. 38 and 5 is 53. Yeah, 60. 60 minus 6 is 54. Kind of lost track there. Next one. Subtract the sum of that and that from the product of that and that. Subtract the sum. So adding these together, 3x and 2x is 5x. Minus 7 plus 3 is minus 4. So there's the sum of those two puppies, and it says to subtract that from the product of this times this. So negative 3 times x, negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 7 is positive 21. They want us to subtract this binomial from that, so I'm going to subtract and then add, right? Because you want to change the sign. Final answer, negative 11x plus 25. Let's That's my final answer. And the last question I'm going to do is a four-pointer. A typical four-pointer has you trying to find the roots of a cubic or a quartic function. Here they say one of the roots of the equation x cubed plus 6x squared minus 25x plus c equals 0 is 1. Find the other two roots. So I'm going to do some rational root theorem here. We get the coefficient of x cubed is 1. Synthetic substitution is synthetic division. Hopefully you learned this in Algebra 2. 1x cubed, 6x squareds, minus 25x's, and c. But we know it's going to come out to 0. It's going to come out to 0 when I do the synthetic substitution because they say that 1 is one of the roots. 1 just comes down. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. Negative 25 plus 7 is negative 18. The c doesn't even matter because we know, well, 1 times negative 18 is going to be negative 18. C has to be 18 for that to come true, but it doesn't really matter because they want me to find the other two roots. And you can find the other two roots from what you have right here. This is the same as 1x squared plus 7x minus 18. I'm going to solve this by factoring because I can see that negative 18 is 9 times 2, and 9 minus 2 is 7, so 9 and 2. The 9 would have to be positive because the 7 is positive, and the 2 would be negative because 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. 9 plus negative 2 is positive 7. So that means the other roots are negative 9 and 2. I didn't explain that much there. You kind of have to have, you probably have to have been in Algebra 2 in order to get those answers and to understand what I did. So here's the end of my introductory video on the fourth category for meat number 2, polynomials. Have a great meet.